nabanggit mo yung tita, no? Well, we don't want to stereotype titas. May mga tito rin na
Ay, oo.
that we dread, no, na medyo minsan taklesa or takles, no? So, and that's one reason why many of us dread big reunions kasi hindi mo naman makokontrol minsan kung sino yung magpapakita doon, 'di ba? And then there's always somebody who will, make a comment that makes others feel uncomfortable, di ba? And it's usually naman well-meaning, di ba? Parang nangangumusta lang, but very often it's and it's often parang politically incorrect these days, no? Pero alam mo, may mga ibang kamag-anak natin, they were born in a different time, no? Like minsan makikita ang taba-taba mo na, no, as if it's a sign of good health when actually parang di ba, parang people get conscious of these things. And we have to admit that many people, because they weren't able to go outside during the pandemic, no, they stayed inside eating, hindi nag-exercise masyado, or yung minsan, di ba, yung kailan ka mag-aasawa, di ba, or kailan kayo magkakaanak. Ako, I have one child. Madalas ko marinig yung antipid mo naman, 'di ba? Parang bakit isa lang? Or 'di ba? Di ba? So yon, number one, do you have that kind of experience? And what do you hear and how do you react? How would you recommend others reacting or dealing with those kinds of comments by well-meaning relatives and friends sometimes?
Okay, unang-una, Howie, kailangan rin natin aminin na hindi sila lahat well-meaning.
Okay.
Alam mo yung kahit yung pagkasabi mo na, pag sinabihan kang, ang taba mo ngayon, but they're well-meaning, okay rin aminin na sometimes hindi. I think some of them are mean. They can be. I don't know, for whatever reason. But the reason why I start there, kasi laging pag sinabi natin, pero well-meaning naman sila, di ba? Well-meaning. Parang nabibigyan mo na rin ng excuse yung bad behavior agad eh. Intindihin mo na lang ibang generation sila, intindihin mo na lang after the war, kasi sa kanila, ibig sabihin, prosperous ang mataba, so compliment yun. It doesn't matter. Pag may sinabihan kang 11-year-old na, uy, tumaba ka, kawawa yung 11-year-old na yun. Magta-trauma sear siya sa brain na, I need to always be thin. So they become really neurotic about weight loss. And we've seen too many. I wish I were neurotic about weight loss, but I'm not. But you know what I mean. So by that, I mean, aminin natin na meron talagang relatives na hindi bagay sa atin. Okay, yun na muna. They're not good or bad. Hindi lang sila bagay sa atin because I think sometimes they're mean. Why do I start here? Kasi it's a stance of honesty. It's a stance of honesty. Ay, hindi, merong iba talagang ganito. At okay lang yon. Di ko sila kailangan bawian. Di ko rin sila kailangan tabihan. Hindi ko rin sila kailangan, hindi ako magpapa-apekto. But we always get affected. Second, pag sinabihan ka lang, uy, tumaba ka, uy, pumayat ka, uy, whatever that bothers you, whatever, kahit anong sabihin na that bothers you, may reason kung bakit nasasaktan tayo agad, lalo na pag family. Because we love them. Kasi we want them to be proud of us. We want them to be happy that we're related. So anything they say, mas malaki yung hurt kumpara sa kung yung manang sa sari-sari store magsabing tumaba ka kumpara sa tita mo. Iba, 'di ba? So it comes from love, the way we're affecting. We accommodate the feeling kasi they matter to us. Okay, now I bring us to the third. Why do they matter to us? Yun yung mahalagang question that might need a whole lifetime to try to answer. Why do they?
Wait, well, hold on. Before we go on to that, no, kasi that's a medyo importanteng discussion. But back to number one, na aminin natin na minsan hindi well-meaning, no. Okay, I get what you're saying. Let's be honest na hindi naman lahat magandang intention. May mga tao talaga na nang-iinsulto, etc. But ito naman, I don't know if it's a devil's advocate question, but if we don't proceed from a kind of a good faith assumption, kasi yun ang assumption good faith na okay, well-meaning, di ba? Kasi if we
Won't it become a fight? It might become a
well,
fight.
maybe it won't fight. Well, personally, I don't get into fights, no, but it might ruin my mood. 'Di ba? Na
Yeah.
rather than gloss over it, kasi that's one way of kind of reassuring yourself na if you tell yourself na hindi wala naman masamang intention, well-meaning naman yan, mahal pa rin naman ako niya, hindi niya alam kung anong sinasabi niya, or he's just old school. I mean, if you rationalize it that way, mas magiging forgiving ka sa tao, and it's more possible to move on rather than telling yourself na okay, this person is he really hindi maganda yung intention niya. May balak siya talagang mang-insulto. Di ba? Won't that make you like stew most of the night? Parang iisipin mo yon na
okay, yeah.
I don't know.
No. That's thank you for bringing that up. Super. Kasi yes, it can to make you stew the rest of the night, but it's not like you're surprised. You knew coming in that there are relatives such as these. Ba't nagugulat ka pa rin? But every year ba, ini-expect mo na magiging mas okay sila? Parang, wow, optimistic mo naman. Parang hindi yan. So, what I want, thank you for bringing that up. If I say, ganyan siya talaga, medyo mean-spirited talaga si tito or si tita X, you can do, ganyan talaga siya. It doesn't have to have a reaction of fight or ruining my night. You actually get to practice. There are really awful people in the planet. and then you proceed. It doesn't have to. Do you get what I mean? Why?
Yeah.
Kasi ang dangerous masyado nung they mean well, etc. That leads to a large frame of thinking na it's excusable. But it isn't. These things are not excusable in the end. They're so hurtful, especially to when you're 7 years old or when you're in your preteen. A comment on your weight is the world. It means the world to you. And even the comment lang na, mas mabuti yung kapatid mo. Ang laki nun. Kahit it seems like it's nothing, many of us outgrow it, but when you're 9 years old, that means the world.
Okay. How about this? Okay, that's one kind of
hopefully, I think what I meant was, Howie, okay tayo maging honest na, merong awful people, but they don't invade my mind space na.
Okay.
Rather than deny.
Yeah.
Kasi grabe yung system ng denial. I-attack ka niya at the weirdest times in the largest magnitude. So,